Arsenal arrive with full focus ahead of Man City Community Shield clash. Gunners, the moment is getting closer. Arsenal are arriving with full focus ahead of their Community Shield clash against Manchester City, and the players know exactly what is waiting for them. A strong Manchester City side, a major test, a huge occasion, and an opportunity for Arsenal to start the new campaign with a statement. After their recent pre-season work, the Gunners are now turning their attention toward one of the biggest challenges on the calendar. This is no ordinary friendly. This is Manchester City, and Arsenal will need to be ready from the very first minute. Before we continue, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you never miss any Arsenal updates on this channel until the next. Arsenal know what is coming. There is no doubt about the quality Manchester City can bring. They have experienced players, they have technically gifted midfielders, they have dangerous attackers, and they know how to control matches. That means Arsenal cannot afford to switch off. Every pass will matter, every tackle will matter, every attacking opportunity will matter, and every defensive mistake could be punished. This is exactly the kind of match that can show how prepared Arsenal really are. The Gunners are ready for the challenge. Arsenal have been working hard during their preparations. The players have been building fitness, developing chemistry, and working on Arteta's tactical ideas. Now they have to put all of that into practice. The Community Shield gives Arsenal the chance to test themselves against one of the strongest teams they could face. And the players know that. They cannot simply rely on reputation. They have to perform, they have to compete, and they have to stay focused for the entire match. Bruno Guimaraes could be a big talking point. One of the biggest reasons Arsenal supporters are excited is the arrival of Bruno Guimaraes. The Brazilian midfielder has already made his Arsenal debut after joining from Newcastle. Now attention turns to how Arteta will use him against Manchester City. Bruno brings intensity, he brings experience, he is comfortable under pressure, and he has the mentality to compete in difficult midfield battles. Against a team like Manchester City, those qualities could be extremely important. The midfield is likely to be one of the key areas of the game, and Arsenal will need players who are comfortable competing for possession. Bruno via City's midfield. Imagine the battle in the middle of the pitch. Arsenal trying to control the game, Manchester City trying to do exactly the same. Every team wants to dictate the tempo, every team wants to dominate possession, and every team wants to create chances. This is where Bruno could be important. His ability to win challenges, move the ball, and help Arsenal maintain control could give Arteta another option. But we should not put too much pressure on one player. This has to be a team effort. Bruno cannot win the midfield battle alone. He will need support from his teammates. Declan Rice will also be important. Declan Rice could be another crucial player for Arsenal. He knows what it takes to play against Manchester City. His ability to cover ground, protect the defence, and carry the ball forward can be extremely valuable. And now, with Bruno Guimaraes also available, Arsenal have another high-quality midfield option. That gives Arteta plenty to think about. Could Rice and Bruno play together? Could one of them operate deeper? Could Arteta change the system during the match? These are decisions only the manager can make, but the options are certainly exciting. Arteta's tactical battle. This game will also be a huge tactical test for Mikel Arteta. Arteta knows Manchester City extremely well. He understands how they build attacks. He knows how dangerous they can be when they control possession. And he knows Arsenal cannot simply sit back and allow City to dictate everything. Arsenal need a plan. They need to press at the right moments. They need to defend as a unit. And when they win possession, they need to attack quickly and intelligently. One mistake in the press could leave space behind. One poor pass could give City an opportunity. So concentration will be crucial. Arsenal's attack must be ready. Another key area will be Arsenal's attack. Manchester City will expect Arsenal to create problems, and Arsenal will need their attacking players to be brave. Bukayo Saka can provide creativity and direct running. Gabriel Martinelli can offer pace, Martin Odegaard can create opportunities between the lines, and Arsenal have other attacking options capable of changing the game. The key will be taking chances. Against a team like City, you cannot waste too many opportunities. You may only get a few clear chances. When they come, Arsenal have to be ready. Saka's importance. Bukayo Saka remains one of Arsenal's most important players. His ability to receive the ball under pressure and attack defenders makes him a constant threat. Manchester City will know that. They will have to prepare for him, but that can also create opportunities for Arsenal elsewhere. If City gives Saka extra attention, other Arsenal players may find space. That is where Odegaard, Martinelli, Bruno, Rice and the rest of the team have to take advantage. Football is about creating problems for the opposition, and Arsenal have enough quality to do that. Defence must be strong. At the other end of the pitch, Arsenal will need to be extremely disciplined. Manchester City can punish defensive mistakes. Arsenal's defenders will have to communicate. The midfield will need to help, and the entire team must defend together. The absence or limited availability of some defenders has made squad depth an important talking point. Jurriën Timber has returned to training but is still working his way back to full fitness. William Saliba has also been dealing with an injury. That means Arteta has to manage his defensive options carefully. There is no point rushing a player back simply because the opponent is Manchester City. The season is long. Player fitness has to come first. Timber's return for Arsenal supporters. Seeing Timber back on the training pitch is encouraging, but being back in training does not automatically mean he is ready for a full competitive match. He still needs to build his fitness, he still needs to regain match sharpness, and Arsenal need to make sure his recovery is handled properly. When Timber is fully fit, his versatility will be a major asset. But for now, patience is important. The Community Shield matters. Some people may say the Community Shield is only a pre-season trophy, but for the players and supporters, winning matters. Arsenal will want to lift the trophy, they will want to beat Manchester City, and they will want to start the season with confidence. A strong performance could give the squad belief. It could show the players that their preparation is working, and it could give supporters something to celebrate before the competitive campaign begins. Of course, one match does not decide the entire season, but a positive result can still be valuable. Arsenal want to make a statement. Imagine Arsenal walking onto the pitch and immediately showing intensity, winning challenges, moving the ball quickly, pressing together, creating chances, and refusing to allow City to settle. That is the kind of performance Arsenal supporters will want. Not necessarily perfection, but personality, confidence, and determination. The players need to show that they are ready for another demanding season. Manchester City will not make it easy. Of course, City will have their own plans. They will want to control possession. They will try to create overloads. They will look for spaces between Arsenal's midfield and defence. And they will try to force Arsenal into mistakes. This is why the match could become a fascinating tactical battle. Arsenal cannot simply attack for 90 minutes. They also have to know when to defend. They have to manage the tempo. They have to remain patient. And they have to choose the right moments to take risks. The key battle, midfield. One of the most important battles could be in midfield. Arsenal need to compete physically but also remain calm with the ball. If City dominate the middle, Arsenal could spend too much time defending. If Arsenal can win the midfield battle, they can give their attackers more opportunities. This is where players such as Rice, Bruno and Odegaard could become extremely important. The midfield has to connect everything: defence to attack, possession to chances, pressure to control, and if Arsenal get that balance right, they can make life very difficult for City. Arteta has options. The arrival of Bruno has given Arteta another major option. He now has more flexibility in midfield. He can change the structure depending on the opponent. He can use different combinations, and he can manage players' minutes. That could become especially important during the long season. The Community Shield is therefore not only about winning a trophy, it is also about learning. Arteta can see which combinations work, he can identify areas that need improvement, and he can make adjustments before the Premier League campaign gets underway. The young players also have a role. Arsenal have several young players who are trying to establish themselves. Miles Lewis-Skelly is one of them. Ethan Nwaner is another. These players have an opportunity to show that they can contribute. The pressure of playing Manchester City can actually be valuable for young players. It gives them experience, it teaches them how to handle difficult situations, and it shows the coaching staff who is ready for the next level. But they need to be protected as well. There is no need to expect young players to carry the entire team. They can contribute alongside the experienced stars. Arsenal fans are ready for supporters. This is what football is all about. A big opponent, a major stadium, a trophy at stake, and a new season about to begin. The excitement is building. Fans want to see the new Arsenal. They want to see Bruno. They want to see Saka. They want to see Rice. They want to see Odegaard. They want to see what Arteta has prepared. And most importantly, they want to see Arsenal compete. What can we expect? Nobody can predict exactly how the match will unfold. Maybe Arsenal will dominate. Maybe City will control possession. Maybe it will be a tactical battle with few chances. Maybe one moment of individual brilliance will decide everything. That is the beauty of football. But Arsenal have to make sure they are prepared for every scenario. If they go behind, they need to stay calm. If they score first, they need to remain focused. If City dominate for a period, Arsenal cannot panic. And if Arsenal create chances, they need to be clinical. The mentality must be right. This is perhaps the most important part. Arsenal need the right mentality. They cannot be intimidated by Manchester City. They have to respect the opponent, but they must also believe in themselves. They have quality. They have experience. They have young talent. They have new signings. And they have a manager who knows what he wants. Now the players have to execute the plan. Compete, stay focused, play with confidence, fight for the badge. The countdown is on. Arsenal are back in training. The players are preparing. The coaching staff are making their final decisions. Bruno Guimaraes is settling into the team. The returning players are building fitness. And Manchester City are waiting. The Community Shield is almost here. This is another chapter in the Arsenal-Manchester City rivalry. And Arsenal have the opportunity to send a message before the competitive season begins, not by talking, not by making promises, but by performing on the pitch. And that's the latest Arsenal update, Gunners. Arsenal are back in training and fully focused on the huge Community Shield clash against Manchester City. Bruno Guimaraes is settling into the squad, the players are preparing for a strong City side, and Arteta now has the difficult job of getting everything right before kickoff. But what do you think, Gunners? Can Arsenal beat Manchester City and lift the Community Shield? Should Bruno Guimaraes start? And who will be Arsenal's key player in this huge clash? Let me know your predictions in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe to Arsenal Updates and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest Arsenal news, transfers, training updates and breaking stories. Thanks for watching, Gunners. Stay tuned to Arsenal Updates for more. And as always, come on you Gunners, this is Arsenal Updates. See you in the next one.